Hello everyone and welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion. Gareth here, and I have a question for you. What is the slowest car on iRacing? Let me guess, you're thinking of this right now, the Formula V. Well, I have a different answer that may surprise you, because lurking in the lower reaches of the SimLab Production Car Challenge is another contender to the slowest car title. And here it is everyone, the Pontiac Solstice, a Mazda MX-5 size car with a 2.4 litre engine producing 177 brake horsepower. And let's take it for a spin. Pulling out of the pit lane then at Lime Rock. Engine sounds quite nice as we blast our way out of the pits, up through the first couple of gears and into Big Bend. But the first thing you notice with this car is that really quite nasty plastic steering wheel sitting in front of you. It really is a bit of a cheap and nasty wheel in my opinion. You can see the car washing wide, buckets of understeer with this car as we head through the first few bends. And listen what happens as we change up now, coming down the hill. Oh, it all just bogs down and settles into a bit of a highway cruiser mode, which is all well and good, but this is not what you'd expect from a sporty little two-seater car such as this is supposed to be. Obviously a contender to go up against the MX-5, but as you might have seen if you've ever raced this car in the Production Car Challenge, it's no match for the MX-5. So coming down the main straight then here at Lime Rock, and I think the thing that most upsets me about this car is that the executive that probably signed off on production of this car said, yes, let us build the Solstice. He probably had a Pontiac Firebird picture sitting above his desk, and that to me is one of the most beautiful and iconic American cars of all time. I absolutely adore the original Trans Am, and just to see this thing with the same badge, well, it just not great to me. But you know, there probably are people who like the car. Personally, yeah, I'm not such a fan based on the styling or and indeed the slightly lackluster performance that we've seen in these couple of laps. But to really get a sense of what this car's about and how it performs, we need to put it up against some other cars. And as luck would have it, I have a few friends here at Lime Rock to help me out. So why don't we have a multi-car drag race? Here we go then, on board with the Solstice, and we a really good launch and almost into the back of the other Solstice, make contact with that Sprite Jetta as it goes blasting past us. We saw the Ferrari 488 Evo going shooting down the track as well in that purple livery. There goes another Jetta, and you can just see the Formula V there on the left hand side also beating the Solstice down the track. Now we're on board with the Formula V for another run. Solstice gets away off the line better, but here comes the Formula V. There goes a Jetta. There goes the Porsche 911 GT3 as well. So yeah, the Formula V, if you get a good launch, is quicker than the Solstice. Here's another one, and as you can tell, we were having a heck of a lot of fun doing these multi-car drag races. You see the 911 going down the outside. There goes the Ferrari 488 once again. And the Solstice is bringing out the rear. Ferrari driver having so much fun he decided he could beat us in reverse. Well, let's see if he can. Bouncing off the limiter as he's blasting down the track. But look, we actually can beat a Solstice in reverse in a drag race. Now we're going to play a game. This is called the Tortoise and the Hare. So the objective is all the cars have just started off the line apart from a rolling start for the Formula V. And we're going to see how long it takes for the Ferrari to lap the other cars, and once they are lapped they are out of the game. So this is a good fun little contest and a little fun thing you can do if you've got a good mix of cars in on the track. And this is going to really show the difference in speed between the various cars. So here come the two Solstices through Uphill Bend and heading up the hill towards West Bend. There's the Jetters, there's the Formula V. And I know it's slightly unfair that the Formula V had a rolling start, but as you can see, the two Solstices can't actually get close to it. Yeah, and inching away, so as we come up to complete the first lap of this race. And let's talk about the Solstice again then. So, should you race the Solstice on iRacing? Well, I'm a firm believer that you should try everything at least once in life, which is why I broke my ribs doing lawnmower racing and rolled the mower on top of myself. But would I go and do lawnmower racing again? Well, probably not. And that's how I feel about the Solstice, really. I've raced it, and you know, it was interesting. But when there's so many exciting and fun cars to race on the platform, cars that you know potentially don't get to race or drive in real life, it just makes you think, well, why would you drive something like this? It's not particularly fun to drive. It's as we've seen when the gear changes, it bogs down in the upper gears. It understeers like an absolute whale, as we see one of them losing it and going into the barriers. So that one's out of the race. And it's just just not a very fun experience. And it's, you know, where you've got the MX-5 is such a live and exciting car to drive. Even though it's a slower car, it is genuinely fun. This isn't. It's just a bit lumpy and unpleasant, really. So yeah, try the Solstice, but I personally would not recommend you race it for more than one race. There's just so much more fun things to drive on the platform. So it's survived for 2 laps now. It's coming through Uphill Bend once again. And we wait to see when it's going to be lapped by that 488. Coming up to complete that second lap then, and still not getting anywhere near that Formula V. Oh, there we go then. There's the Ferrari in the background there. We just caught a glimpse of it. So 3 laps it's taken for the Ferrari to get round to put a lap onto the Solstice. And are they going to get anywhere close to completing this lap before he gets past him? Doesn't look like it, does it? Through left-hander, through right-hander they come, and charging down the hill, the Formula V, the Solstice, and the 2 Jetters just up the road ahead of them. We'll be doing some more contact with those soon. And that's the Solstice out of the race, swiftly followed by the Formula V, and it didn't take long for the Jetters to be out of the race either. So there you go, guys, a nice interesting way to compare the 2 speeds between a known quantity such as the GT3 car and the Pontiac Solstice from the Production Car Challenge, as we said. Hope you've enjoyed this video on the Solstice. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video if you did. Come say hi to us on Discord or find us on limitofadhesion.com. Goodbye, Solstice.